Artaban.
Sargon. Varun saw Anahita's guards, and he's in pursuit. As for me, I cannot continue. Time flows differently here. My mind is playing tricks on me. I can't discern the truth from the imaginary.
Artaban, thank you for being honest with me.
I'm not giving in just yet. I intend to serve until my last breath. After all, if Anahita really has changed loyalties, I believe you're short of a sparring partner. Let's warm up and review the basics.
The basics again.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Get in position. Show me how you chain ground attacks. Very well. Bear in mind you can redirect your next attack. Since you propel your opponent away with your last strike, that's the end of the chain. At close range, the sweep is good against smaller foes. You can also chain attacks afterwards. An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet. Make use of that.
Perfect to cripple agile enemies.
Remember that you move forward with each attack. If you want to keep your distance, the sweep allows you to maintain your position. This doesn't suit your style, but some situations might require you to take such precautions.
Precautions? What precautions?
My point exactly. Do you remember what I told you about propelling enemies up in the air?
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet.
At least that got in your head. Let's go over your upward attacks. Use them to hit targets above you, but also to propel ground enemies in the air. A word of warning. Using the same upward attack twice in a row will lessen its effectiveness. You can also use an upward attack in a fighting combination. Be sure you're within range to strike. Following through with your attacks lets you stay in the action. Remember, Rashaba. Even a constant wind can carve a mountain. Now then, the forward slide. It's a chance to engage with an offensive advantage.
closing the distance. That suits me.
Now let's combine everything. Chase the enemy mid-air after your upward attack. Vary your upward attacks. The same one twice in a row will not give you the same propulsion.
I understand.
Now for a specialty of yours. Acrobatic techniques. Ready for the next lesson?
I'm always ready.
You know about mid-air combinations, but there are other options. Try to reach the flying enemy.
Easy.
You cannot chain attacks after this move, but alternatively, you can aim at enemies directly below.
Now that's a new way to lift up the enemy.
You can send the enemy up even higher with aerial combinations. This technique is valuable. You can save on time or throw your foe towards environmental hazards. Should you see a use for it, you can also send them crashing into the ground if you prefer.
If I rush to the ground afterwards, I can maintain my flow before they get back on their feet.
For that, you know more than I do. I'm past the age to perform cartwheels at the fair.
Huh. Very funny.
Sargon, remind me what our ancestors said about Athra.
Athra flows through the universe and all living things. As much as weapons are the extension of our bodies, Athra is the extension of our will.
Precisely. You've been listening. Athra can be channeled, intensified in your blades, until they are saturated with energy. Athra-charged attacks have several advantages. They can be destructive. Look at you. I can see your Athra radiating. You've come a long way since I met you. But... now then, focus your Athra.
Right in between moves. I'll give it...
You see that? It's effective at annihilate, and if they do not break, they will certainly be... Are you also able to do that in the air?
I've practiced the technique to crush targets from above.
Perfect. These are strong attacks, and they knock back the enemy with proper training. Athra, the ever... No fighting style rules above all. The greatest knowing your opponent's strengths is key to take massive opponents, for example. They react differently to upward attacks. Give it... Ah!
My strikes knocked them back, but they're too heavy for me to lift them off the ground.
Worse still, some opponents can ignore the recoil of your strikes. You must be vigilant, as this means they can counter it.
Are there even worse enemies out there? None of my attack...
Not showing signs of pain doesn't mean they didn't get hurt. And careful what you wish for. The Citadel is full of... And one more thing. Some enemies can recover while you're in the middle of your combination. Some can parry your next strike, cutting short your chain of...
I see more and more the benefit of sending the enemy up in the air whenever...
But you know, that's not always possible. The best... Let's warm up and review the basics.
The basics, again.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Get in position. A warrior who throws himself into the fray without defensive skills can win.
It's not the first time I've heard you say that.
The goal is to structure combat in such a way as to hit the enemy. Your dodges, backwards and forwards, allow you... Your last strike in a ground combination does not allow these actions. The price to... You can also end your combination early with a jump. While in the air, you can dodge by doing a backflip. while chaining attacks can also be used offensively. Parrying is the best defense against a head-on attack. Not all attacks can be parried. If you're at parrying and dodging are not... You already know this well, how recovering after a successful dodge. Attacking from behind is also advantageous. Careful against fast foes.
Only if they can match my...
You can kick while sprinting to prepare...
And to make a lap...
Sprinting.
Artaban, I want to perfect my parrying technique. What do you have for me?
The art of parrying requires perfect timing. Get ready to parry. As you may have discovered, projectiles do be vigilant. Once more, not all some moves give you better opportunities to counter. Few enemies are able to recover from your Rushabar counters.
Actually, I named them downburst counters.
Whatever you say.
I wish I could parry any attack.
You know that's impossible. Even for me. Fortunately, your senses are sharp. You'll know in advance.
This isn't the whole day's lesson, right?
There is a lesson in every failure. Did you see the effect of the hit you took? That's what you get when you miss a parry and pay for it. Getting hit this way is particularly dangerous. And your Athra focus takes a hit too.
Well, I can feel it in my jaw.
Let's warm up and review the basics.
The basics again.
Practice does get it. Athra, the Everlasting. It's the flame, that its presence. By discerning the cadent Athra bestows Sargon.
Athra Surge. I've used it.
Get in position and start channeling. Conversely, taking hits will break your focus. Riskier actions, such as parrying and launching, try to parry this enemy, and... Keep in mind that dodging is safer, but it will not build up Athra. Let's talk about the Athra Surge, since it's useful for breaking down defenses. Every warrior prides themselves on developing their ultimate techniques. Keep in mind that Athra ignites the soul. Harnessing and charging its strength is merely a single... Fine work. You now know all the basics. Don't forget, you can always visit for a training session. If you learn new moves, perhaps we can figure out to...